Hey everybody, it's showtime on the Emily Pearl Show. And I was trying to see if we're live on Facebook. We didn't show up live last night either on our politics show. So there's some bugs going on somewhere, don't know where. But it's not a problem for us because we're going to get in here and get hi, Sassy Sandra. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get in here and get out tonight. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I have two announcements to make. The first one being, I guess if you're seeing on the ticker tape, it's saying that it's not Tim's birthday. And the reason why I'm saying that at the top of the show is because the studio posted the wrong banner instead of on the pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, picture banner. It had the banner from when it was Tim's birthday in March 11th, and I tried to edit it to change the title within the studio. It wouldn't let me, so I sent a notification to them. Reported the bug to them that it wouldn't let me make an edit to change the title. So I got stuck with it. But at any rate, I'll be more careful to make sure that it's not picking up an old title because the titles are kind of stuck in there, kind of like your browsers are. When you type in stuff, you use the browser all the time, and you type in the first three letters of it. You're finding a site. It's in your catch. Well, the studio has a catch too, so it catched the wrong title. As little children say, they won't use English properly. They won't say caught, right? Because they catch a ball, and for past tense for some kids that are not literally correct, it catches the ball. So the studio catches the title from Tim's birthday. So that's what I got. And the ticker tape, first announcement, it's not Tim's birthday, y'all. It's just our regular Friday night 30-minute show, okay? Second announcement, for those of you that are watching from our location, Memphis, Tennessee, early voting has started on the 15th. We have Shelby County election, and the mayor is a top position that's up for election. Election, yeah. So there are seven Democrat candidates and one Republican. And the early voting will run through the 30th of this month, which is the last day of the month for April. And the official voting day is on May 5th. So I want to encourage you guys to get out and vote, okay? All right, that's all the announcements I had. So now let's head over to introductions. Y'all know Sybil Marie Presley is co-hostess of The Moses, and my son, Tim Harrington, Heartbeat of the South and Every Beat of My Heart. So Sybil, how you doing? What's going on?
Wonderful. Me and Gary did our early voting Wednesday. And
All right, congratulations for you. Round of applause for Sybil getting out there on the first day. All right.
and I'm enjoying this beautiful spring weather. And just staying busy
Yeah,
with
yeah.
little films here and there and so forth. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then my book should be ready for mail out in a couple of weeks. Then I'm going to be on live at 9 talking about it. So,
Okay, hold it
I
out. That could be your topic. I got to get over to the Heartbeat of the South and ask him how,
oh, okay.
and ask him how he's,
Heartache.
and ask him how he's doing. How you
I
tell
got
what's going on?
carried away.
I see.
Oh, I'm
Excited.
doing okay. Just been a busy day, but I made it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a fair day for me. It's just kind of sluggish day and lazy day. You know how I felt like today, like Rufus Thomas used to say, I just feel kind of a little unnecessary and lazy, just
Yeah.
kind of sluggish. I guess it's the heat because didn't really feel
Yeah,
that
it's
warm to
hot.
me.
Yeah, it's
But
hot.
I have not turned on any air conditioning yet, so let me give myself a round of applause there because I can't afford them high utility bills. So me and the baby girl over here, that's the dog, y'all. We have a lot of trees around our street, and there's a oak tree on my backyard. It kind of stays over the house rooftop, so we've been cool. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
that's good to know.
I'm not gonna
Uh-huh. Of
suffer, right? uh,
course not.
no, I probably want to get my turn my air on to the get in the 90s, but because I have fans, and so we just been using a fan or two, and we've been really cool. And I keep the doors closed, the windows don't
Yeah.
have any light curtains or shades down. So it's we've been cool. All right, so now we're gonna get to our topics. So now, Sybil, we're coming back to you so you can tell us what you got for us tonight.
Well, just call me Motor Mouth. But anyway, like I said, my book's been delayed a little bit, but a couple of weeks I should have it, uh, in the mail, ready to roll and have some book signings.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran across a reporter at Channel 3 Live at 9, and they're going to schedule me and probably my publisher, Eric Patton, to come on the show and discuss my Pothole Blues video. They're going to play it and then
Okay.
discuss the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I let everybody know in advance. They stay weeks booked up. So I
Mm-hmm.
let y'all know in the Memphis area how to tune it in. It's Kanji Anthony is the one that I ran across. She was reporting live someplace,
Mm-hmm.
and I introduced myself to her, and she was interested in having me as a guest.
All right. Well, because Sassy Sandra say, congratulations, Sybil, on your book. We say
Mhm.
the same thing. Let's give Sybil a round of
Well,
applause.
thank you so much, Sandra. I really appreciate the support. That's it for me.
Oh, okay. I was still trying to see where we were. If we were live somewhere, I don't see it. I'll find it and I'll post it to Facebook later. Um, uh, okay. Sassy Sandra says she watch it every day, Sybil. So, uh,
Oh, that's
she'll
wonderful.
she'll
Hmm.
be able to let us know too as well, and let our
Yeah,
fans know.
I'm
So
sure it's gonna be a few weeks. They stay booked up a certain point.
yeah, okay. So Sandra will be letting our fans know and help you share it around. So will I.
Thank you.
All right. So Tim, what you got for us tonight?
Y'all ain't gonna believe this one.
What?
If this to all of my people, if you took the COVID-19 shot,
Uh-oh.
if you take a regular house spoon and put it up to where you took the shot, it will stick on your arm.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
What is
Lord have
that?
I
mercy.
ran across a guy saying that people were telling him that,
Uh-huh.
and he did it on camera. So
Uh-huh.
of course, when he did it on camera, I couldn't resist. I had to find out.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was just, a prank or something.
Uh-huh.
But he wasn't lying. It stuck to
You
my arm.
actually did it?
Wow.
Yep.
So what is it?
That's
A nano bug in there or something?
We don't know.
it's your
Oh.
magnetic personality.
No, it's
Uh-huh.
the shot. If you put it on the arm that you took the shot
Tim,
in.
It
Tim, that's
fits.
just Sybil calling herself making a joke while you were
Oh.
talking. She says your magnetic personality.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all.
Yeah, so
Says the son, you say, what?
yeah,
Well, I don't have to worry about
yeah.
it testing it for myself because I didn't take it. I don't take any vaccines
Yeah,
shots at
yeah,
all. I
yeah.
don't take pneumonia. I don't take the influenza. I didn't take the COVID. I don't take the RSV. And every time a doctor asks me, every time a nurse asks me, every time a pharmacist asks me, I say thank you, but no, thank you.
No, for me, same way with me. No.
Yeah, I take them. I've been taking them, I guess. I think it first started back in 1995 when I went to the service. We took a lot of shots and whatnot. So I've been taking them.
Hey, Rita, Miss Rita there, she say, I got my last COVID shot at VA in December. Well, Miss Rita, I guess you better do the test.
Yeah, you still can test
Go
it.
get your spoon.
Yeah,
So,
because I hadn't took a shot within a year, and it was still able to stick to my arm.
uh-huh.
Uh
So,
huh.
do you, how do you hold a spoon up, flat or?
the backside of
The
the spoon to
backside
your
of the
skin.
spoon.
Uh huh.
And
And
you
if you
let
hold,
go and it stayed there.
yeah, if you hold it there
Wow.
for like 3 seconds, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
stay there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is just unbelievable and scary.
yeah, I know, right?
That's really scary. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, as a veteran, because Miss Rita's a veteran too.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Tim, I think you already know, but someone in case you didn't know, Miss Rita's a vet
Yeah,
too.
VA. I didn't
Hmm.
know
And,
that now.
yeah, and they do require them to take them. And I guess even though they are not active veterans, I think that this is just a rule with the government that they make all the veterans take
Yeah,
all of the necessary vaccines.
yeah,
And I think if they probably refuse to, they probably would either cut their benefits or not give it to them at all. And so it's kind of a forced thing.
that's
Uh,
correct.
and nobody may have never even asked, well, do I have to take it just because I'm a veteran? You know, will y'all mess with my benefits if I don't
Yeah,
take it?
yeah. If
Well,
you
maybe
get
somebody need to ask that question so that if
well,
y'all don't feel that you want to take it, you don't
yeah,
have to.
yeah. But if you get any type of benefits or your PCP is through the VA,
Hmm.
it's mostly they're going to require you to take it
Required, yeah.
because they look at it falls in with the health factor.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you refuse something, you know that can possibly prevent something,
Hmm.
you're putting yourself at more risk of not taking it. That's
Yeah.
how they put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I understand that. But by the same token, we have senior citizens, the
yeah,
disabled, and people that are on Medicaid and Medicare, Medicaid that the state pays for, Medicare that the government pays for, federal government still pays for Medicare for all of those different types of areas. You know, people that have been diagnosed with cancer. You know, they shouldn't. They don't make just ordinary citizens take them. It's always by choice. You know.
mhm.
Okay, here we got an answer. Miss Rita said they asked her if she wants it, but then
Oh, okay.
but then that doesn't mean that if you did tell them no, Miss Rita, that then 2 months later you might see a cut in your benefit check. See what I mean?
Well, they would,
So
to be sure, they would let her know that.
they're
No,
not
they're
gonna
not
they're
going to
not
let
gonna
you know it.
volunteer. No, they're not gonna volunteer that kind of. I'm gonna tell you something I've learned about government and doctors and lawyers. If you don't ask, they're not gonna volunteer no information. You have to actually ask the question yourself.
Yeah,
Because y'all know how many times I've been in and out of hospital, right? Every single time they come in there and wake me up to give me something, I ask them, what is it you giving me? What is that? And because if you don't ask, they just sticking stuff in
Well,
you,
they
and
sure won't.
they're not gonna volunteer and tell you.
no,
I've
You know,
no.
noticed that.
all
And
they'll
it,
say is, "I'm good. This is your medication. I'm here to give you your medication," and then there they go sticking you with something or handing
yeah,
you a pill to swallow. And unless you ask them, "What is this?" they're not gonna
Mm.
volunteer no information.
no, and that I mean on the other side of it, you know, with the military, they're going to say that you're refusing health treatments,
Yeah, they
and
sure
that
could
will
say
affect
that.
your benefits, the whole thing, whatever you're getting from them.
Yeah, they could say that.
Yeah,
And and that's the reason why if you ever have a relative that's in the hospital and they're unable to speak for themselves or talk, try
yeah,
to have a family member, even if y'all have to take shifts, try to have a family member always present there with them until they're able to speak and talk. Simply because you need to know what medication they're giving your loved one. And, because they come in there, depending on your illness, they'll be in there 3 or 4 times within a 24-hour period with medicine.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And you know another thing, there's a documentary out where a real nurse killed a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
Mm-hmm.
based on true events.
Mm-hmm. And
I
that's
was
why,
Yeah, I was flabbergasted. I was
yeah,
like, what?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and when yeah, because the patient probably couldn't speak or anything.
they
Um,
Right.
couldn't.
you know.
And then you can be sound asleep, and I wake you up to give you a sleeping pill to go to sleep.
Uh-huh. Miss Rita says when her mother was alive, she did it to keep from getting sick since, oh, she's talking about the COVID, since
Hmm.
her mother immune system was low. I don't get a check from them. Oh, you don't get a VA check. Okay. She retired from the state. That's right. I finally applied online. Pu- push, push by. Oh, her girlfriend. So
Girlfriend.
so it is pending now. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Okay. Yeah, Miss Rita, I didn't know you wasn't getting no VHA. Girl, you could have been in the money. I mean, come on now. Yeah, I knew you were
tell Miss
retired.
tell Miss Rita I have a great lawyer. So if you need a reference in that department, I got her.
She can hear you. Miss Rita, tell him say if you need a good attorney in that, if you run into any problems, he got a hookup for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you were getting your VA benefits, cash benefits yet. But anyway, yeah, yeah, you could have been in the money, girl. But she's giving us a comment about the hospital. She said, "You are right. My family assisted my stepdad when my mother had to go to the hospital off and
Yeah,
on." That's right, Miss Frida.
yeah,
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 somebody needs to be there so that they can look after the loved one.
yeah,
If the loved one cannot speak, uh, or is not well enough to, or just don't feel like talking, or
yeah,
and just too sick to even be concerned about what they're giving them, even if they can speak, uh, a relative or a friend or a neighbor,
yeah,
somebody needs to be there so that
yeah. And,
they
and
can
you
have a. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Let me
I'm
see.
just say so that they can report to the
Oh,
family member in charge what they said they given them. Maybe they need to write it down, you
right,
know,
right. And I was just gonna add to that.
and the time that it was given to them, because should
Mhm.
anything happen and you have to have an autopsy done, then all of that information is documented. Say,
Yeah, and to add to that, there have been nurses who were taking the patient's medication. They have got addicted to the medication, and
uh
they'll take the patient's medication and
huh,
give them something else. You
get
know what
them
I
something
mean?
else. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't doubt it.
you got a lot of nurses that have an addiction,
Yeah,
whether
you
you
sure
know it
do,
or not.
and
Um,
doctors too.
yeah, doctors too, but it's mainly the
Hmm.
nurses that be distributing the medication.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
you just have to be alert and try to be cognitive
Yeah,
of everything nowadays. When we used to
yeah.
didn't even have to worry about stuff like that, these types of things, because we knew that we were getting good care and people were
Mhm.
dedicated, they were honest, they were righteous. But people just not like that anymore, and we used to not be as sick as we are nowadays, back in the old days, because we
Mhm.
had healthier food to eat. We ate
Yeah,
food grown in our gardens and soil that was
yeah,
not contaminated with chemical factory drip outs and runoffs and spill offs. Our
yeah,
soil was natural, so we could grow natural vegetables and ate from our yard, and
And
then
taste much better.
yeah, and so people just didn't get sick a lot back then in the old days. But now we are living in alien 22nd century, and so now we are more prone. Now our immune systems are weaker, and we are more prone to disease, contamination, and infections. And that's just the way it is. It's not a good thing for us, but we push through and we survive. Right. So,
Yeah,
Tim, what you got for us now? You did give us some good points. So that was actually, I guess it's my
yeah,
turn, right?
right.
Well, the only
Thanks
thing,
for the spoon thing.
yeah,
Yeah, the
that was
spoon
really
thing was
good because we got 7:20, and we're not gonna take commercial. If we get out at 7:25, that's okay too, because we did cover some real couple of really important things. So
Yeah.
I didn't have anything uh, to bring, but here's just something light to think about. If y'all remember, I told y'all that I canceled all of my add-on streaming services that I was paying for through my Prime Amazon Prime account. Now I just use my shipping and I watch
Yeah.
Prime Video channel. I'm not paying for any extra channels and I'm not paying to go ad free anymore. So now I get to see a lot of commercials. So I saw this one commercial and I say, now this is really bad. I mean, no offense against the business or the franchise itself, but Chick-fil-A has a commercial. And it has this little girl, and you may have seen it, that's supposed to be competing for the championship in a spelling bee, the National Spelling Bee Contest. And so the
I saw that.
proctor
Yeah, I saw her.
gives the little girl the word,
Mm-hmm.
and she say, "Yacht, ma chicken," and the little girl spells EATMORCHICKEN, and then the proctor says, "Correct," because the proctor can't even pronounce the word because they got all the letters running together. And then when the girl spells it like it is, the proctor has to say correct. But that's a bad example. Okay, so they're all right. It's Chick-fil-A commercial. Eat more chicken, and they leave the E off of the word more, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a problem for me. And the reason why it's a problem for me is because, as y'all know, I've been a scorer of the national test that these kids, the TCAP test for Tennessee and all the other states, the test that these kids have to take, uh, which challenges and tests their spelling ability, their reading ability, and their writing ability. You know, y'all know I've done that for the past 12, 14 years, right? Anyway, that's the reason why it probably bothers me, in addition to the fact that I am an English major and I've always been
Mhm.
a stickler about good grammar and spelling and reading and writing. So it bothers me because when the kids see the commercial, kids gonna say, well, that's the way it was spelled on TV. And then a lot of parents, they'll probably say, they would use that as their argument that the kid know how to spell because that's the way they spell it on TV.
Yeah, you know where that comes from. That's to reach all genders of people, but it's ebonics.
But
That's
eat
part of
more chicken. Chick
yeah.
fil A is all over the United States, and it's not only abundance because more Caucasians eat Chick fil A to me than it does
That's
any other
true.
culture.
That is
So it's
true.
not
Yeah.
Ebonics. It's their
To
logo.
misspell it.
It's that
Mhm.
no, it's their logo. Just like this
Right.
logo right here. This is
Mm.
our logo, right? You see me moving around the screen. Well, that is a logo sign that they use for their business.
Oh
And
yeah.
they just chose to leave the E off the word more.
Mm-hmm.
MORE is the way
Yeah.
you spell more. When you want more, eat more, right? It's
Yeah.
MORE. But that was their logo. It's not that they intentionally spelling it. They are intentionally spelling it that way because it's their logo. They don't mean the franchise is selling the business, I'm sure. Does not mean for people to interpret that as the way you spell the word more, MORE.
these kids, these kids now. Ah, yeah, yeah,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
So I have a problem with that commercial. And now, guess what? I never would have known about that had I not canceled my streaming services where I was watching everything without
Wow.
commercials, you know?
Mm,
So now
yeah.
That's
most
something.
y'all, yeah, so now I just wanted to put that out there. Parents, make sure, and as a matter of fact, the kids in Memphis, the MCHS, they just took their test Monday, I think it was, this Monday, just took their TCAP test. So hopefully they didn't have the word more in the test.
You
So,
got that right.
because I'm
Wow.
pretty sure Some kids left the word more, M-O-R, and left the E off. But what happens is it's deducted. It counts as an error for them on something that's important because testing is important. You see what I mean? So parents, please make sure that your children don't spell what they see, know the difference between the correct spelling than that of what they see on television and in social media as well. Because it's just as bad. People, people making these posts and they can't spell, but now they have the AI built in the system that will correct it. Y'all notice y'all seeing a lot more correct spelling in people's posts nowadays.
Not in the young people. They still using Ebonics.
They still use.
My
Well,
daughter still uses it.
oh, really? Okay. Okay. Well, they got that AI built in now. Like when you type a word, it's kind of puts the correct spelling there for you.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Certain
yeah,
places, they ain't even using that.
well, they're
It's
not
bad.
using that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh wow. Well, I don't know. It's who is it up to? Is it up to the parents? Uh,
Yeah, because I had to tell my kids, I don't know what you're saying. You got to speak plain when you texting me. But they
mm,
use all of these abbreviations and half words, pieces of a word.
mm,
Uh, it don't make sense, like you said, to somebody that's used to English.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
But the
okay.
grandkids are not like that, right?
No, I don't think so. I haven't received any text from them that makes me think they're like that. Not yet. Hopefully they don't get like that.
Well, I know the one that they say is like me is not like that. I know she know how to spell, doesn't she?
I think they both of them use proper grammar. So as
Both
far
of them
as I
use
know,
proper
they do.
grammar,
Yeah, as
like
far
they
as I know,
Grammy,
they use proper grammar.
like they Grammy,
Yeah,
and that's great. That's great. I'm really proud of that. So, but yeah, that makes me really feel good because I remember you sharing that with me about how smart they were and how
yeah,
they did use correct grammar
hmm,
and had a good, not a heavy tongue, had
yeah,
a great ability to express themselves with
yeah,
words.
yeah,
So I love that. More like their Grammy. I love that.
yeah,
Well, actually, I'm their great Grammy.
yeah. You great, Grammy.
I'm not great Grammy. I'm great Grammy. You the Graham.
Yeah, I'm the
Oh, I
grand.
got a grandson. I got a son that's a grand now.
Yeah,
Sybil, you have too, right? Your
I'm a
son is
great
a
great
grand.
yes, but I'm a great great grandma.
And so you're a great, and I'm just a great.
yeah,
Yeah,
So that means that your son has
has
children
children
who has
who
had
had children.
children that's got children.
Well, you can stop a while ago. It's my son has children that has children.
So you're not great, you're just great grand.
No, great grandma is my son's children. That's grandma.
Right.
But my son's children also has children. That's great great grandma.
No, that's great. You put
What
too
happened? It,
you putting one too great in there too many, right, Tim? Yes.
they
no,
that it's
Okay, let me explain it.
Finish my son
Hold
and
on, Simmer. Listen to it. This is where it go. This is my son Tim. My
right,
son, my son's children makes me their grand
grandma,
yeah,
grandmother.
yeah.
grandma.
Okay, right? Okay, now hold on. Be quiet and listen, Sybil. Now my son's children's children makes me their great grandma. So I'm a grandmother because my son had two children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I'm a great grandmother because my granddaughter and grandson had children.
Mm-hmm.
But
now
in
you're great
order,
great
hold
grandma.
on, Sybil. But in order for me to become a great grandmother, my son's daughter has to have And then my son's daughter has to have children. And then
Correct.
her, will you stop interrupting me so I can think, ma'am? In order for me to become a great great grandmother, my son's daughter has to have a daughter who has a daughter who has a daughter.
Right.
Am I right, Tim?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I didn't need Sybil interrupting me because that's how I become a great great grandmother, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not a great great grandmother if Malia has not had any children.
That's correct.
I'm just a great grandmother, right?
Right.
I thought I had that right. So, but you putting one too many grace in there unless your son's daughter had a daughter who had a daughter who had a daughter 4 times. It goes 4 times around in order for you to be great great. Now, has it gone 4 times around? That's the question I have here.
I'm gonna Google it when we hang up from here and get to the bottom of it.
Well, you can. Now Miss Rita agrees with me. Thank you, Miss Rita. Yay! Silver made me think I'm losing my mind.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm a
and a
grandma,
great and a great great
grandmother to
grandma.
one.
I thought I knew what that order line was. See, that's kind of like when people say, "Well, we're twice removed" when they come to the cousin line. Because if you're not
I've heard of that.
first and second cousin, then you're not blood related. Because when it gets to the third and fourth the third and on past, they don't really consider that legally as blood relation.
Yeah.
And that's why
I
they'll
see.
say once or twice removed. The once is the third time cousin, and the twice removed, that means that's the fourth cousin. Now, I thought I
I see.
knew my heritage line. Y'all know I study history, so I know how that goes. But
Yeah,
Sybil,
you
I
do.
just wanted to get you straight on that because you're making yourself older, sweetheart.
When I hang up the phone,
I know you don't like
when
to
I
be
hang up
older,
the phone, I'm gonna Google how that works,
and I know you don't like to be
so
older
I'll
because
know
you
it.
don't even like to tell us your age on your birthday. So I'm just trying to help you.
That's fine. Anyway, I'm some kind of grandma
Some
that
kind,
I know.
yes, you
I'm a
are.
grandma somewhere.
Yeah, yes, you are. You are a grandma because I know you got grandkids. So Sybil is going to
I'm gonna
Google.
look it up when we hang up.
Sybil is going to Google to find out about the grandmas so that she can
Yeah,
understand how the line goes. Okay, so
I sure will.
Miss Rita gonna close the show with us.
Well,
We're gonna close.
alrighty.
Hold on, no. I'm gonna close the show. Miss Rita's comment. Let me read it, Sybil. Miss Rita
Okay.
says her late grandmother of 104 years old definitely fit the description of great great grandmother because all of the family's offspring had children. Uh huh. Okay,
So
gotcha.
my children had children who had children.
Yeah. So they would, but she's talking. I think she means that her children that had children that had children, which would be 4 times around. Because her grandmother was 104, and you're nowhere near that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So she just wrote it
Okay. Well,
wrong.
anyway, this was interesting.
And of course it was. And closing remarks, Tim, we're coming to you around there because Sybil just
Great
said,
show, short and sweet. I like it.
and
Catch
Miss
us
Yeah.
next go round.
yeah, Miss Rita just said closing comments for me. Listen, we're gonna do politics next week on Thursday night. No telling what's gonna be happening by then.
Yeah.
And Miss Rita and Sonia and all of you, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let's give them a round of applause because we do this show for y'all, and it wouldn't be a show if it wasn't for y'all. We love y'all so much. Thank y'all for
Thank
tuning in. Say good night, everybody.